Welcome to the Gamingbrew channel where we love and play all things Dungeons & Dragons. Tonight is Rise of Harlock episode 21. This is your first time here. We stream every Monday, Thursday, Saturday. We got a big one coming up this Thursday. So right now, up right this minute, is the June theme vote. So if you haven't voted yet for June's theme and you're a patron, you can do that now. Last I checked, I think Eldritch Horrors was beating Fame and Fortune by a vote. So that poll will end tomorrow. And then on this Thursday is the big State of Erenel June. So you definitely want to tune in on Thursday, 8 o'clock Eastern. We go over all the new content. We're going to talk about the great games, show the ground rules, start to take signups for those that want to fight in the D&D Battle Royale, and do some giveaways. And I think because we started a little late because we were talking about Foundry, we should stop talking about stuff that's coming up, and you should just follow me on socials and let's play. So let's get into tonight's episode of Rise of Harlock. So in the last episode, the Ghosty ones, you met the Starless family and learned about the strange happenings in this Brim-Eyed Timber. You made your way east toward the Eastern Heart, which is the smallest of the three hearts in the forest. Going through, you came across a very large, majestic fey owl, who you skillfully were able to persuade to let you pass. So without conflict, you snuck past this owl. You each took turns eating some strange tongue that you found at the floor of a cavern, having some sort of psychedelic visions. Everyone except for Sylvia, who was unable to partake because of her undead status, unfortunately. But the rest of you all had these strange visions, and the more you ate, the more it became apparent that you might not have been speaking to who you thought you were speaking to, but whatever this creature, deity, being is powerful and different. You continued forward. You saw two areas. You saw Hagtooth Mountain to the northeast, and then you saw this Briar Palace to the southeast. You guys chose to go towards the Palace of Briars. As you made your way in, you saw that these strange little briar creatures, these strange little twig creatures, were feeding off of vampire spawn that were strung through the rafters of this palace, holding their tongues out as the blood would drop into their mouths. Slaying some of them, you made your way into the central area thanks to Sylvia manipulating bonding with an Ashen named Cabrarian. And as you made your way into this palace is where we pick up. As the ghosty ones are now in the center of this palace, this chamber. Catchweed, the king of the briars, was greeting you all, and you noticed a sanguis woman has a stake protruding through her heart. She wears a scarlet robe, and it has been identified as Silas's aunt. When you asked why she was there, Catchweed said it was for payment for the same Nevermore steeds that are bred here in the Brim-Eye and given to the Nephistrad kingdom, and that the Valinora, the aunt, was a gift by Harlock himself to Catchweed. So we pick up right after that. That was kind of given to all of you. Silas was steaming mad, but it sounded like you guys were trying to do some diplomacy. So ghosty ones, what would you like to do?
Did anyone write down the last thing that he said last session? Because I did not. I
have something with Baba Yutaga. I
Yutaga?
don't know if that was the last thing he said.
I believe those are the crones we were going to go to.
It's a coven witch that nourishes the heart.
Yeah.
Yeah, you wanted us to kill them, right?
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
Kill them because they're making the new heart and they're like in his way for his territory and such.
I'm gonna turn around and bring bring the party into a team huddle. Be like, all right, guys, what do you think we should do here?
Kararian slowly merges into the huddle with the five of you, the Ashen.
I'll push him away.
He's part of the group. He's with us.
He backs away slowly. Apologies.
Well, my interests here are dealing with these hearts, but I'm okay with whatever the group wants to do as long as we make our way over there.
Well, we're probably going to kill these people anyways, right? Might as well get something out of it.
Killing's
Which
kind of
people?
bad. Oh,
These people or the witches?
The witches.
So not these people. The plan's to not kill these ones this time.
why don't we just talk to them?
Well, this isn't the first time we've talked to somebody and then they've died.
That happens a lot.
Usually my fault, but you know
Yeah.
we can ignore that part.
Maybe
Well-
if you stay in the back, Sylvia.
I don't know. If we were going to make any rash decisions out here, I feel like a return trip might be needed. I don't think we should, I don't know, he's been gracious so far. But
Well, our goals do seem to line up at the very least.
That's true.
Yes,
Is
but I also sorry. Go ahead.
is your? Do we know that's your aunt? Like, is that public knowledge? Because Eek wouldn't know otherwise, unless somebody said it.
I don't think anyone said it.
You're
People were
muted.
just yelling why they're there.
Okay, great. So she doesn't.
You're
know
muted,
yet.
Gals.
I asked last session what my aunt was doing here.
It's your aunt?
Yes.
I thought I wrote Sylvia. Okay, never mind. Anyway, we should probably maybe save Silas's aunt. Maybe.
Yes, but I feel like we should do that after we help them out. If that would be okay with you, Silas.
As long as we do it.
time and a place, I suppose.
At that, I'll like extravagantly turn around and be like, "A deal's a deal."
Perfect. He walks over and he sits down next to Valinora. Her eyes move. You can see her mouth's kind of open, but she can't speak, and she kind of just gasps a bit. But the elegant steak is just like sticking right out of her chest. Carrion, give our friends whatever they need and send them on their way. I'm pleasantly surprised that I have made friends with a Sanguis. We usually have to force them to do what we want. Is that right, Valinora? He puts his arm on her shoulder. Her eyes just kind of move and look at him.
Are you sure you're okay with this, Silas?
Ketchweed stands up out of his throne. He walks forward. He walks up to Sylvia and Silas. Shall we make a blood bond then? Because what good is an oath if we don't make a bond? And he cuts his finger. You see him, he holds out his hand, and one of the bristles, his fingernail, like extends very long and sharp, and he cuts himself a bit. Looks like he wants to want you to cut yourself as well, so you can grasp each other's hands.
I mean, I don't have any blood, so
Oh, of course. And he turns towards Silas.
Oh, I still want to do it.
You could say no.
I mean, I killed Zuri on a whim, so I mean, I
Yeah.
wouldn't blame you if you did.
Still hurts.
Let's say you already have a bond or a blood bond with my family, and leave it at that.
Make a persuasion. Okay. He gives this very dry little chuckle and he walks away. He sits down. Sang was always so serious.
Out of character, I do kind of want to kill him.
Oh, definitely.
All we need is someone throw something.
Say in character, I wanted to bow down and just take my scythe and
That's good. Karian
I
moves
really
forward.
feel...
Go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead.
No good. I was gonna. Karian's gonna move you guys out whenever you're done.
I was gonna say out of character. I should have totally made up the code word with like Silas of when we're gonna kill someone.
Be a great idea. Maybe just with everybody in general. You know.
I feel like after the second time, we'll know what the code word is.
Oh, Yuska's fully prepared right now.
All right. I guess
As-
we go. Eek's
Yeah.
gonna be the last one to go if she can. She wants to like squeeze underneath Silas and go over to the side. She
Okay.
wants to get a better look at Dame Valeri?
Valinora.
As we're leaving, I'm gonna look back at Ketchweed and say, you better have my procedure ready by the time I get back.
Do not fret, my friend. Karian here is an excellent alchemist. I mean, you see how well he's done for himself lately. Karian coughs up a bunch of dust.
Yes, he looks rather healthy.
So you guys make your way out. Karian kind of lingers a bit to make sure he's the last one as he kind of snuck over. So he's like moving very slow and kind of looking at you. As you look at Valinora, her mouth's open still in a gasp, and her eyes just kind of dart. Then she catches your eyes, and her eyes linger with yours.
Does she look scared?
She looks like she's in
Like
pain.
she wants help?
Yeah, she looks like she's in pain.
Do you think that maybe Dame Valinora wants to come with us? And she would ask King Ketchweed.
It doesn't matter what she thinks.
Well, she doesn't seem very happy.
A bargain's a bargain.
Did she agree?
No, but the one who rules her did.
Hold on. I think Lucan told me that this is called a slave.
In Neverstrad, this is called business.
Well, I'm not from Neverstrad, so it's a slave. Hold on, let me just go squeeze past everyone. Excuse me, carry on. Let me. Okay, hold on. Hey, Lucan. So, hey guys, hold on. So, Silas, did you know your aunt is a slave?
I was well aware of the facts.
Well, then we should go get her.
Behind
We
Karian,
saved a lot of slaves.
the door closed. You keep going. It closed behind you.
It's okay. We saved a lot of slaves in Nova Vasi. This is just one person now.
Look, buddy, we can discuss this when we get out.
She seems to want help. I saw her face.
Unfortunately, that decision's not ours. That's up to Silas.
We look at you with really big owl eyes. Please, can we kill him?
When the time is right.
Box Cutter says
Look,
social
You
justice
guys
ranger.
do know that one of his like people are like in the same hallway with us, right?
He said he wants to go against the system, I thought.
Against Harlock's system, not Cashweed's system, I'm pretty sure.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are just,
Well,
you guys are just
he
telling
missed a lot
Cashweed
of
you're gonna kill him,
conversations.
maybe.
You want to explore
Plus, he's
by
gonna be
yourself?
he's gonna be super pissed at us anyway after we've robbed him blind.
Oh yeah, after Benora's getting all the money.
All the gold.
I want to confirm out of character. Eek did some exploring off of her own, and then we found the Briar Armory. She didn't really explore that, and then people found the acorns.
Mhm.
Correct? She didn't. She doesn't know about that.
And then you left Benor to start to collect them.
Yep. Okay. Yep. She doesn't know. Anyway, she's disappointed.
You're currently still in the hall, just right outside the door. Kyrian's just standing there by the door, just kind of watching. He's listening to you guys as you chat.
I'll look at Carrion and say, "You do not repeat a word that just was spoken."
It doesn't matter either way. Catchweed is powerful, but Harlock is a much, much stronger being.
Fair enough. We'll be seeing you soon.
Well, as an alchemist, what do you have for us to take on our journey?
I don't know, here, come with me, please. And he starts to lead you down to his laboratory again, down here in the corner.
I'm so excited.
Not to kill the mood with the whole Harlock thing, but I'm already sure he knows what we intend to do to him. Or at least what you guys intend to do to him.
Harlock is a very smart one, but here he hands you a potion that he says is a lesser restoration potion. From my experiences, when you deal with hags and crones, they tend to take over your mind and poison your body. Maybe this will help out a bit. So he hands a lesser restoration potion to whoever wants it. It's the same effect as the spell.
I'll take that.
She'll take it first. In her little feather hands.
Alright, go ahead.
And then
All
she'll give
the-
it to Yuska. Can you hold this for us?
I'll keep it on my person. I won't put it in the bag, little buddy.
I'll assume that was blatant ignorance and not a slight towards me.
Oh yeah, no,
I'm gonna put my hands in my coat pocket, basically, and just walk down the hall.
Unfortunately, as Sylvie, you walk into the room where Benor is and Lucan starts to follow you, Benor's body lies just like destroyed, and there's thousands of these thorn marks across his skin. And around the room now you can see almost like thorny tendrils. Whatever trap was in this room that you guys did not trigger, Benor accidentally triggered, and he's now lying dead in the middle of the room.
He comes back though.
Yeah, he comes back.
He
He just
give me gold on him. Like I'm gonna through his body, see if he comes gold up.
But so Benor's just lying there dead, and you go through his pockets. He has about 15 gold from what he collected so far.
He died very early on.
There's just a little glimpse up. Master.
Well, Honora's dead, and I'll just keep on walking.
He just fades in.
Are you bloodless and heartless too?
Does Carrion have anything else?
Oh yeah,
That-
Eek's totally eager for some more stuff.
That's all Carrion has available.
What about on the table? I see some beakers on the table.
I mean, if you want to drink the blood that we've extracted from the vampires and the various beasts in the area,
No.
I would be interested to see what the results.
Do you have a wild magic potion? We found some wild magic potions in the other lab.
I don't know what is a wild magic potion.
It's a potion that does wild magic.
Sounds chaotic.
I'm gonna
It
go
was
with no.
Do you have one you want to trade?
Well, what do you have for trade?
It looks over at his 13 bat wings and 2 spider mandibles.
Do you have an armory here?
No, unfortunately, we do not. We fight with the surrounding area, and he kind of points to the briar thorns all around him.
Well, we don't have bat wings. Can I give you a tooth for like 3 bat wings?
What is this tooth?
It is a tooth of. Let me open my character sheet.
So the hellhound tooth?
Yeah, it's a hellhound tooth.
A hellhound tooth?
Yeah.
He looks up. 3 bat wings is sufficient.
Okay, well, it's in the bag of, important stuff, so I'll be back. Just gonna go find Yuska to get hellhound tooth out of the bag.
So you walk up behind Luca, and the two of you walk past. You see Sylvia walking out, and you see Benor's body kind of just fade away, and then he comes up behind you.
I need the hellhound tooth. We're getting some bat wings.
Sure, little buddy. Is it in the bag?
Yeah, it's in the bag.
Can I kind of wander the hall then to see kind of where we didn't go?
Yeah.
If I remember correctly, we had 8 of them. Do you just need the one?
We had 8? I thought we had 4.
No, we have 8. I have 8 in the bag.
She is. I don't know. I wrote down 4 for some reason. Okay, well, she needs 1.
Alright, I'll reach into the bag and I'll give her 1 hellhound tooth.
Okay.
We'll go return to Kyrian and give him it.
He looks excited, and he gives you the bat wings.
We're both excited.
They're about 4 inches long. They are very serrated cuts, not really clean. They're just kind of like you sawed them. They drip a little bit when you pick them up.
They're wet still?
A little wet.
Why are they wet?
He hands them to you, and he takes the hellhound tooth, and he looks at it, looks amazed by it.
I say, carry and throw in a spider mandible for her too.
That is?
Do you have another offer?
I think the way you're looking at that tooth, it's worth more than the 3 bat wings she just gave you, or you gave her.
Oh, I've never seen a hellhound tooth.
And thankfully, you didn't have to kill this one. Now I want the spider mandible, please.
Make persuasion. Either one of you.
I want an insight if he's ever seen one, just for shits and grins.
Sure.
-1.
So with the 23, yeah, he's never seen and it seems like he's had a kind of a sheltered upbringing in this area, being as weird as it is. But with the 23, he gives you a spider mandible.
I didn't roll that persuasion. Is that?
I did.
I get it? Oh, good. Okay, good.
You have a little pincer now from a spider.
That's so gross.
Strangely, the spider mandible is much larger than the wings.
Okay.
But as you, Silas, as you kind of scouted the northern area, it's another hot spot where all those small little briars are drinking blood from vampire spawns in the ceiling.
Yeah, I would have saw it and just kind of turned around and walked back then.
Also, when you walk past the other room, the one that you came from earlier that you killed the briar, briar have already started to move into the room again and are starting to drink again from the ceiling. You're not sure where they came from, but the same room that you killed those briar before, they are now just drinking. And you walk by without much notice. More vampire spawner in the ceiling. And as you go ahead.
Is the door open?
Yeah.
This area? Do I see acorns when I walk by?
There are. You notice some of a bunch of the acorns are strewn about the room, and you also see now that almost like tendrils, the same trap that Benor activated still is active, and there's these thorny whips kind of just hanging around the ceiling. kind of just swaying.
Okay.
Keep going.
Yep.
All right, so you make your way outside the palace. The Nevermore steed, Lucan's horse, Yarbendorf are all just waiting patiently. And as you emerge, Yarbendorf smiles and look around and we protected horses very well. Great. Lord of the Kitchen Ikanik.
Yeah. Wow. I that's very good. I'm very impressed, Yarb and Dorth. That is a good job, well done. I brought you back a bat wing. Yeah.
You hand it to him?
Yeah, I give him one.
Ow.
No, what?
Whoa. Needs more something. Ugh.
We could have cooked it, or dried it, or something, seasoned it.
You're not even enough here for a snack.
Ugh.
I think you're supposed to use those for your alchemy.
Yeah, no, Yarb and Dorth, you must remember, everything I give you is for alchemy now. We're gonna
Yarb,
make stuff.
Dorth, sorry.
Yeah, well, better luck next time. We'll learn.
So looking up, it's a little easier here to tell time because it's a little more open in this prairie area, but you would guess that's maybe a little after 3 or 4 in the afternoon. You have a couple hours until night falls, but when you emerge from the palace from behind the same walls that Silas had cut through with his scythe earlier, they just close up behind you. The weaving of the briar and the vines just slowly just come back together.
Well, I say we continue on towards our main goal right now. And venture back hereafter.
Yes, let's make the most of the sunlight while it's still here.
I agree.
Okay.
So you're going north towards the Hagtooth? Alright.
Well, which way is towards the heart? I mean, I guess kind of. Or what way we think.
It's Arrow Eastern.
Yeah, but we went north and south. Or we went south to get here, right?
You went east for a couple days, and then you got to where the owl was.
Where the owl was, yeah.
And then it was northeast or southeast, and you went southeast.
Okay.
So you went kind
We
of
gotta go back to the owl. That's the best bet, I think.
Well, what if we just kind of keep going north from here? Is
Yeah,
it?
we went northeast.
You try that.
Lucan would side with Ikanik since she hasn't gotten us lost yet.
Yet being a keyword.
Done better than you
Well.
have.
We can get
Well-
lost by non-magical means.
I will say though, if we go back to the owl, we'll need more of those berries you can make.
Oh yeah, no, that's fine. I can do that.
Do you want to go back to the owl?
Well, we are already on the side. We don't have to pass by him this time.
True.
Yeah, we just need to follow
We can
most
go.
of the path.
If we can go around him, I think that's best.
So you're going
Be a
back
bit
back
longer.
towards the owl, and then going up towards the Hagtooth Mountains?
Yeah, but we're gonna go way around the owl so he doesn't see us.
So you're not even going to him? Okay.
Yeah.
So making your way into the same monotony of trees. This is the same area as before that you guys have kind of gotten a little bit accustomed to, which is that it's there's an absence of insects and owls, and sometimes there's no birds, and it's just the wind that moves through the leaves that is the only sound that you hear. It's also the same area as before where were it not for the sun rising and falling, that you might lose the meaning of time in this place. It has a strange heaviness to it. But you walk for 2 hours. And is it the same order as before? I got Ikanik in the front, Yuska right behind her, Lucan's in the middle, and then Silas, Sylvia.
I suppose so.
So both your perceptions in the front, Ikanik and Yuska, as you guys are walking, keeping a good breath from where the owl is and continuing to the north, you can start to see the through the canopy, the mountain range is a little ways ahead, but you know you're on the right track. However, something catches your eye. Yuska catches your eye at first. Then maybe 5 seconds after, Ikanik also sees it. You see a swarm of bright blue, bright green, orange butterflies are perched on the carcass of what looks to be an owlbear. The owlbear is dead, and it shows signs of being stripped. And it looks like the butterflies have consumed it and left just a little bit of feather, a little bit of bones, a little bit of fur. And these butterflies are about the size of Yuska's hand. And there's a bunch of them on the owlbear, just kind of fluttering about.
A bunch of them.
This is like the first sign of real life that you've seen since you left the Briar Palace.
Is there anything like this that we've encountered, Yuska and I, on our journeys?
You've seen butterflies before. You've never seen butterflies eat meat?
Okay.
And you know when you're in you hear about the rainforest and like the frogs are like a very vibrant color? These butterflies kind of mimic that idea. They're very, very vibrant, very bright.
Eek's gonna lift her arm to try to get people to stop. And then she'll look at Yuska to see if he notices.
I think we should try to avoid these creatures.
I don't know what they are, but I think that's a good idea. They're dangerous. We should tell the group.
When Eek puts her hand up and you guys stop, you can now look past her and you notice something's wrong. So you look past her and you can see the same swarm of butterflies on the carcass of the owlbear.
We should find a way to walk around this, I think.
I think we should back up. Eek would get off of Yarbendorth as quietly and seamlessly as she can.
Everybody should try to stay relatively close to me. I'll cast Pass Without a Trace.
Why don't we just burn them with fire?
Because there's a lot of them, and we're not akin to... we don't like burning nature.
Fair enough. And at that, I'll roll my stealth to go with Yuska.
Cool. Give me stealth.
Dorth, be very stealthy and stay close to Yuska.
Yeah, they get a 22. They feel pretty stealthy.
Wait, do I never have my sheet up?
So a group check, you guys are with Pass Without Trace. It's very easy for you guys to move around these butterflies. And as you guys move around it and start to put them in your rearview mirror, you guys didn't count them. That's good. You remembered.
We just forgot.
That works too. Continuing to walk down the same forest path. The sun now is starting to drop a bit. And as the sun starts to set, it's almost like it starts to rain. But what falls between the trees aren't raindrops. They're small little links, little chainmail links. So little circles of iron and metal start to fall through the canopy. Not heavy, just a couple sprinkle here and there.
Chain links fall from the sky.
Yeah, like little small chainmail links, like little circles that are interwoven to make armor. These little circles, like keychains, are starting to rain down from the canopy above you as the sun sets. They look rusted. Not a lot, just ding, ding, ding.
So can you fly up there?
Can you fly up there? Is that what you said?
Yeah, I asked Yusuke if he could fly up there.
Fortunately, I can't do that. Hmm.
Can I pick some up? She's still off Yarbendorf.
So you kneel down, you pick up a couple of these links. Much of the link is rusted. Some of the links are coated in what looks to be very dried, rustic blood. Hey, Sinjin, what's up, man?
Okay, I want to pick up like 4.
Okay. As you pick them up, another one falls from the sky and just lands next to you.
Well, I should probably pick that one up. Now it's 5.
Ding.
Is it from the sky or from the trees?
It's a good question. As you look up, it looks like now that you're focusing in where the trees are, it looks like they're raining from the canopy itself, the tree limbs. And you can see now mummified heads and limbs of various humanoid creatures are hanging from large trees ahead of you.
Oh no.
Occasionally, you see a limb twitch. You see a mouth, a mummified head just fall open. And you get the sense that you were walking into a hag or coven area, as this part of the forest is getting much stranger, much darker.
Well, what time is it right now?
The sun's about to set.
3.
Yeah, maybe another half-hour travel before the sun sets on you.
Does the way forward still kind of look like this, as far as we can see?
It does, yeah. But you're currently just standing there.
Camp.
You gonna make camp here?
Probably make camp. No, not here. I think we should make a camp away from the canopy.
Might be a good idea.
How far back do you guys want to go away before you make camp?
Say at least 60 feet away from the canopy.
Okay.
Such a small number.
I said at least.
This is fair.
Could be more. We could do like 120 or so.
Okay. So you move away from the raining chainmail and the mummified heads hidden throughout the canopy. You make camp. Also assuming that you'll get your protection from Yusuke to shroud the camp. But as you make camp for the night, once the sun has fallen, before you all fall asleep, if there's any discussion you want to make, you can, but before any major discussions happen, the 5 of you are sitting around your campsite. Yarbendorf are also there. Echo.
It's surrounded by salt.
You circled it with salt?
Yeah, man.
Okay. As your familiar Echo, are you keeping Echo hidden?
Echo is still in Time mode, yes.
Gotcha. So the horses are tied up in the camp. Yarbendorf is sitting there. And then with a flash of light, a lantern appears just outside of the shroud, of Yusuke's shroud. And the lantern is lit and it's just sitting there. It just like appears out of thin air. Just poof.
Inside the circle.
Outside circle.
Outside the circle.
It's about 20 feet out of your circle. The lantern just appears lit, flame burning. And then you start to see moths float down towards the lantern.
What does the lantern look like?
It resembles the same lantern that you gave Ikanik, but a little bit larger.
reason, Carrion said that he needs moths because they give more blood. I don't know if these are the same moths he were talking about, though.
That's just weird that everyone else is seeing this.
Well, I think it's safe to assume that something knows we're here.
More moths now.
Don't count them. It's bad. Also, when it's like midnight, we need to turn off the lights.
No, the lights, that was said about fire, not other sources. But you don't recognize this lantern, Ikanik?
Oh, it's like the one you gave me, but I thought that was like a normal lantern.
It's not any normal lantern. It's a lantern priest lantern. It's unique in design. It's not really meant to light the way more so as it is a symbol.
Is Eek's lantern similar looking to Lucan's lantern?
Yours is a little more ordained, isn't it?
Yeah, yours is definitely more like a mix between a standard lantern and a lantern priest.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Perhaps they're one of your people, Lucan?
Yeah.
One of your lantern priests?
Is the lantern on the floor, floating, or?
It's sitting on the floor, about 20 feet beyond Yusuke's vision. And about this point, now that you guys have been talking, there's about 100 moths now, and they're floating all around the lantern.
Oh, don't tell us the number. We didn't count it. We don't want to know.
Eek's gonna try to find her lantern.
It's there. It's on your hip.
Oh, okay. Then she will light it and hold it up.
Okay.
Kind of going to the circle.
So you're still inside Yusuke's shroud.
Mhm.
So no light leaves his shroud.
He doesn't remember that.
So you're walking up. You have your lantern up. The moths are kind of forming in a way to where they begin to form like a vague humanoid shape. It's like a very dancing, like an alluring moth humanoid shape as they kind of swirl together.
Oh. I assume no sound can pass either. Can sound pass?
I think it's no sound. I think it it's like shrouds you, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think it might muffle it because it gives us extra or additional stealth, but I think sound could potentially.
Okay.
It does block all light, so nothing can look in.
Or moths. The figure gets to be a little more pronounced. It looks like a human woman dancing over the lantern.
Look, I don't think this is Resmir. Unless Resmir is a female.
The hags, or crones, or witches, or whatever.
Resmir either.
Whatever they were called.
Well, why is my lantern the same as that one? Ah.
Maybe they're trying
I'll break
to
down.
deceive us or confuse us. I don't know. Either way, it seems like they know we're here.
Does anyone have experience talking to witches? Because I don't.
No, I do not.
When you look over your shoulder and you ask that question, Lucan responds.
Mhm.
Behind the lantern, you can hear heavy footfalls start to come. Like something's being attracted to this light, this dance.
How many legs does it sound like it have? Does it sound like it's bipedal?
Sounds like it's bipedal.
Ikanik is gonna kind of scurry back to Yuska. She's gonna blow out her lantern.
Nothing
so
can
he's got
see us
more
in
of a-
here.
What did you say, Sylvia?
Oh, so I'm gonna pull out my bow.
Okay.
I'm gonna pick up one of my copper coins, and I'm gonna cast the light cantrip on it, and I'm gonna toss it out of the shroud towards where the sound is to see if we can see a bit better. Because it must be a decent ways away, right?
Yeah. It's still a little ways off, but you can hear it just kind of slowly
Okay.
walking towards it. Man, it never works. Bugs me. So, coming up to you At first, it sounds just, but then it sees the light, and you can hear it drop down, and like it runs on all fours. And some of you may have noticed this or understand what it is, but you see a chort. And the chort is a monster that you might remember from The Witcher 3. But it is a walking mountain of muscle, capped with a horned, tooth-filled head.
We didn't even farm any cows.
It sits about as tall as Yarbendorf, and about as wide as Yarbendorf. But a third eye shines brightly in the center of its forehead, and that third eye looks like it is attracted to the swaying maws. It doesn't notice your presence, but your coin illuminates it. It like the chort kind of stumbles over to the lantern, and it smacks it, and it smashes into the tree. And the moths, hundreds of moths, just flutter away. And it looks up towards the canopy, and it lets out this high pitched just whine. It's like a half roar, half whine. And it turns its head, and it looks at your camp. Doesn't look like it sees your camp, but it kind of looks in that direction. The chort.
I'm ready and an attack.
And then, you want to attack it?
No,
Okay.
I'm ready
You ready
if
to
we
attack?
are in danger.
Okay. So as you guys hold position, the chort turns, and it starts to stumble in the direction of the same raining, rusty chainmail. And then the forest goes quiet.
That was scary. I've never seen something like that before. Do goats usually get that big?
No, not any goats that I've seen, at least the domesticated ones. That is something else.
Yeah.
Well, Yusuke did say there was some weird magical nonsense going on in this forest.
Really dangerous.
We should probably be more cautious as we go to the other areas as well.
Hey, Yarp, Dorth. Are you sleeping, buddies?
They're both holding their battle axes and weapons and just staring out into the dark.
Hey, yeah, no, that was scary. So, have you ever seen, like, that big goat with another eye before?
Demons walk these forests.
It's a demon. Okay.
What else could be so ugly beside demons?
Kind of look at them and not say anything.
They're too dumb to pick it up.
Okay, so maybe they're not demons. Can we really be stealthy with, I mean, Yarp and Dorth, how stealthy can you be? Like, we gotta be really secretive going forward tomorrow.
Watch. They both just freeze up really slow. They don't even move.
Are they pretending to be a tree?
Eeknik is gonna tickle their leg hair.
Did we disappear? Were we invisible?
No, but you stood still for, a few seconds. That was pretty good, but I tickled your leg and you moved.
Well, you cheated.
Well, you could tickle my leg.
Okay.
I'll stand straight. No, okay. I should
Ready?
just stay. Yeah, no, go.
they almost like roll you across the ground. Woof, woof, woof. Oh,
That's
no.
cheating!
You made more noise than us.
That's because I'm smaller. Oh, gosh.
That was an Avengers reference. Yes, it was. So for the rest of the night, it's pretty uneventful unless you guys want to chat before the day comes.
Egan wants to talk to Luke in a little bit, but just about the lantern.
Lucan's eating right now, so he probably won't be able to say much.
Okay.
So day comes. The light that shines through the canopy isn't as bright as you would all hope, but there's enough daylight to let you know that it's been a couple hours. You've regained your health and your spells.
Can I ask what day it is?
Exhaustion is gone. It is the 21st of Narbalith.
Wonder what kind of mood we're gonna have tonight. I'll go check.
Rain Dragon with the Twitch Prime. Appreciate the 7 months, man. What's going on, dude?
Ooh. Nice.
The canopy, or the shroud from Yuska drops around you. The sun has risen. The lantern that was smashed against the wall is gone. But there are these very large hooven tracks left by the chort. And he sees he walks off in that same direction where you backed up a bit to make camp. But the day is yours.
Not an important moon, if anyone was wondering.
Should we be careful of this thing?
Yes.
I think we should be careful of everything here, to be honest.
I agree. Things seem to A, come out of nowhere, and B, seem to be very dangerous, so.
Alice, have you any experience in this area? In Sanguis? No? Have you ever seen a demon goat before?
Not that I can recall.
So just like out of game, you know I got a chort in here. So what do you think the crowns are gonna look like? Has anyone played Witcher 3?
I've seen the show.
Are we facing the three crowns?
Oh no, Yennefer!
Yennefer. So you guys want to go back in the same direction where the chainmail rained down upon you?
Yep, we have to go
Yeah.
through there.
Okay.
Oh, wait. Never mind. I gotta just replenish my spells.
So you continue on in that same direction, where once little faded, rustic, and blood-covered chainmails fell from the canopy, and where there were mummified humans that twitched and moved. Now it is gorgeous. It's bright. You can see large flowers are growing from the canopy above you. You can hear insects and birds chirping. You see a little doe and a little baby rush past and rush down in front of you about 100 feet, just off into the canopy.
Do I see a buck anywhere?
No buck.
Damn.
But now this area that was once strange and dark and twisted is now beautiful.
Maybe it has to do with the sun.
Or perhaps it has to do with that thing we saw last night, and not these witches.
You think it brings some sort of darkness with it as it walks around?
Maybe an illusion? We did see
Do we
raptors and
see-
some moths. They're gone now as well.
Do we see bodies in the canopies still?
It's all gone. No bodies, no mummified heads, no chainmail, even on the floor around you.
Do I still have them in my bag?
You go into your bag and look. They're gone.
Okay, you're probably right. My chain links are gone.
Walking in the same direction, you walk for about another 2 hours. You can see the mountain peaks through some of the holes in the canopy above you. Even though the forest is very congested here. And And then almost suddenly, it opens up into another clearing. This time, within this meadow, is a small wooden hut, surrounded by a cast iron fence. On each fence post, except for 2 of these fence posts, sits a bear skull. A tiny spark flickers in each of the skull's heads. And it looks like this. There's no visible door from where you are. And where even though that fence is open here, the fence is closed. And there are the same skulls on every single fence post except for where the gate opens. But as you guys step out into the valley, you can see that every skull has lights that flicker in the eye sockets. The hut is very small, maybe 20 feet wide, 20 feet. It's like a 20-foot width, not too big. Smoke pours out of the chimney of this hut. The grass around the hut is vibrant and green until you look inside where the iron rot gates are, and then inside it is just yellow and mud.
Well, on the bright side, at least one of them is home.
Do we have a plan?
March in there, kill them, march out.
Does anyone know anything about witches? Like, what if they're like really strong or really smart or really fast?
Judging by the lantern that they would assume that they have placed, I would say that they're very, very good at magic.
Hey, Yarp, Dorth.
Yes, master. They have a trembling, scared voice.
How are you feeling?
Like I want to go back to Stronghold.
Well, that's kind of far away. And you know, I feel pretty great. So you should learn too to feel okay.
But you all-powerful Econik, just Yarp and Dorf.
This is true. No one can deny that. Okay, how about you guys kind of go on the outskirts of this area, maybe like 60, 100 feet away, and
By
be
ourselves?
scared.
Alone? Ugh.
Well, there will be a horse, maybe, with you that you can guard again.
Nice
Yeah,
horse
looking
or
for-
scary bony horse?
I didn't ask Silas, so do you want me to ask Silas?
More people better.
Okay, yeah. Hey, Silas. Silas. Can Yarv and Dorth watch over your horse?
They want to, I suppose.
As you say that, you hear, and then you just see a Benora respawn in front of Sylvia. Master, I did my best, master.
Just
Your best.
Yarv and Dorth just respawned in front of Sylvia?
Benora did.
No.
Oh, Benora. Oh,
Benora
my
did.
God. I was like, what
Benora
the heck?
just.
Does he still have like the stuff that I gave him? Like,
He still has the equipment. He like looks around. He's like, I have gold, master. He reaches in his pocket, and his eyes, his eyelid eyes. He like you can just see the expression regardless, and he's like terrified that he doesn't have the gold in his pocket because you already took it. I had gold, master. I did my best.
that's okay. You did your best. Thank you for trying.
That was so kind.
Seeing Benor makes Yarbendorf feel a little more at ease, though.
What? Why?
There's another sidekick.
There's a face we trust that we can stand with.
I I don't know if you could trust Benor, but sure. Whatever helps you sleep at night.
So you want
Well,
Yarbdorth, the horses? Do you want Benor to come with you? Or do you want him to stay back?
Sure, you can come with.
Okay. So Benor's gonna come with you. Yarbandor, take the horses to the edge of this tree line, the meadow. The 5 of you and Benor are now in front of the gate. The gate's closed. All of the heads. Oh, go ahead.
Does the like yellow grass and all that, does that look similar to all of the other corruption that we've witnessed before?
It doesn't look.
doesn't look dead.
It doesn't look like corruption. It looks like it's just not upkept very well. But it doesn't.
Is it dry?
It looks dry. It doesn't look diseased. It just looks really dry.
Okay. Can I take a handful of dry grass?
You have to reach in between the gate to grab it.
Do you mean it's like crystal clear green grass on the outside of the circle? Oh my god.
And as you approach
Okay.
the iron gates, the skulls, with their filled, flamed eyes, kind of all just turn towards you. The 5 of you.
Eek is gonna do a quick run to Yarbandorth as quietly as she can and say that if they ever see a flaming arrow come out of the house, they need to save Eekneek and the team. That's the order.
They give the most pitiful, but they're trying so hard to like look like they're mighty.
So
Yes.
sad because they can actually die.
Yes.
Okay, cool, thanks. Circle back to Yuska.
So the 5 of you are all in front of the iron rock gate.
Well, I think it's safe to assume that they know we're here. Yuska will inspect the gate before he attempts to open it.
Okay. Give me an investigation. A 14. The gate is closed and looks very sturdy. There doesn't appear to be any kind of traps or anything on it, but there's no like latch. There's no reason why this gate should be latched.
Noticing that all the heads turn to us, I want to do an Arcana check on the fence.
Okay. With 13, there's definitely some sort of magical presence. And it's almost like there is no need for a gate because there's like a makeshift barrier, basically. The gate just kind of represents a barrier.
I'll relay that information to the party.
If you...
I have a question.
Yeah.
I see in the magical items we have gloves of missile snaring, but I don't think we actually bought them.
Oh no, so that's just something I popped up so you guys could read it if you ever wanted it.
Oh,
But
okay.
for all of the items that you guys have, they're under your character folders.
Characters.
Yeah.
Awesome, thanks.
Yuska will very cautiously attempt to open the gate.
So you push it open. It opens. You step to this very dry, dead-looking grass. In front of you, directly in front of you, from where the gate opens to where this small little hut is, there is no visible door.
Is there a pathway like the cobblestone path in the image leading up to where the door should be?
Oh yeah, that works. There is a path that kind of leads up to it, but there's no visible entrance.
Maybe we should say hi.
Yeah, Lucan's gonna walk in to the fenced area.
Okay.
I'm gonna take a handful of grass now.
From the dead grass.
Yes.
Okay. You grab a handful. Stepping into the gate, as soon as you walk in, you get this. It's almost like a chill, like a shiver. Like the temperature here is much cooler than it is just outside the gate. And you see smoke come out of your mouth as you breathe.
Smoke or like cold breath?
Like cold breath.
Condensation?
Yeah, condensation.
Lucan's gonna walk up to where the door looks like it should be, and he's gonna knock 3 times.
When you hit
Just help out.
each knock, no sound comes off the wood. You can feel the wood, but there's no sound. And then you kind of like walk to the sides a bit. There are no visible doors all the way around this structure.
Or windows?
No windows, no doors. Just
How-
the chimney.
How tall is the hut?
That goes up about 10, 12 feet before you get to the roof, and then the roof goes up about another 10 feet to the point.
Well, before I suggest my really bad idea, does anyone else have an idea of how they could possibly get inside?
Well, if you guys want to look around for 10 minutes, I can see if I can try to figure something out.
Out of character, I wish I was 1 level higher.
Oh yeah, same. That'd be nice.
Should we announce ourselves?
Yusuke's going to start ritually casting Detect Magic.
Okay.
I mean, if she already knows we're here, or he.
Yeah, once you're inside this gate, if all 5 of you are in here with Benor, the skulls have all turned and looked inward now.
I gotta do a running high jump to get onto the roof.
Okay. So you,
Do you need me to roll anything? Like
Nah,
that?
you're okay. you got the Ashen trait, so much more limber and much more athletic than you would see from like a normal Erenel race. You see Sylvia just run and jump up. He catches the lip of the hut and he pulls himself up. Stepping onto the hut, your feet make no sound. And even though you're ashen, you can feel the blistering cold that comes from the rooftop.
That's interesting.
Lucan's gonna lift his one hand up and kind of just like, let me up. I think I might be able to help.
I'll pull him up.
It's very cold up here. It's even colder than where you were before. Your footfalls, you can feel the cold through your boots.
Oh, bloody below, it's cold here. This is weird.
I just want to wander around and like push on every part of the building I can.
I want to go with Silas.
Okay. Walking around as the skulls follow your movements, you just push on the wood. You can feel the wood. You can feel the cold, frigid, like whatever's behind it is freezing, but no sound comes off when you push.
I'm gonna look in the chimney. See if I can see if there's actually a fire going.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the exact same thing. You beat me to it.
Okay. Looking down, there's a billow of smoke. There is a large, trying to think what it's called. Basin, like a circular, cylindrical basin on top of a hearth. And you can see a very old, scraggled woman leaning over the basin. She's stirring something. Smoke billows up in front of you.
I'll tell Lucan to be quiet, but come take a look.
Alright, as long as I won't breathe in too much smoke.
Cauldron. I couldn't think of cauldrons. They're
If I were to climb down the chimney, would I take any disadvantages from inhaling the smoke?
You wouldn't. You don't really breathe.
Would I be
Be
able
a
to?
quick way to die.
You could try to climb down, yeah.
Oh,
Do I-
buddy.
do I-
No. Don't do it.
You could fit, yeah.
We can't save you in time. There's no door.
I'm not gonna do it yet. I'm gonna like go to the edge of the roof and tell them that I could go down the chimney if they wanted me to.
We'll wait until we see what happens with Yusuke.
Alright. I'll just sit on the edge of the roof then.
Eek wants to actually go to a skull after she's with Silas for a bit.
Okay.
She'll stare at it.
And stares back at you. Flickers in the eyes. The skulls, as you get closer to it, they appear to be different shapes, different races, different cranium
Is there
sizes.
an Avis one? Avis?
Yeah, there are Avis, there are Orc, there are Human.
She's
There are.
gonna go to an Avis one.
The
Hello?
skull looks back at you.
Are you home? Can you hear me from this?
The skull opens its mouth as you asked it.
Fuck.
State your business.
Well, we would like to see the owner of the home. Guys,
Speak her name.
yeah, it is Baba Yutaga.
The door where the walkway is starts to just like you see this emergence of a door.
Who
And it
saw this coming?
slowly
Nobody.
opens. While this is opening, Yuska, you detect magic. The whole area around you is magic. It picks up the skulls, the trail,
Right?
the hut itself. It's also a mix of many forms of magic. So there's evocation, there's transmutation, there's a little bit of necromancy. It just hits all around you at once.
Well, it seems the door's open.
Yeah.
The front door swings open, and inside a golden-eyed cat with large eyes strolls out.
With large echo eyes, you
Looks-
say?
Looks very similar to Echo, except its eyes are bright gold. And it
Look,
says,
and your life was a lie.
You dare disturb Baba Yutaga? Come in quickly before she rages again.
and he turns and he starts to walk with his cat tail just like perked straight up in the air. Walks in.
I feel like I missed a lot in the minute I was gone.
We're the door open.
Yeah,
He's
so
gonna
he
start
figured
walking.
out how to open it.
Yeah. Eek talked to his skull. Well, Eek's gonna walk inside slowly, hoping Yuska or somebody follows her.
I'll follow behind as I see.
Okay.
I'll jump off the roof and follow as well.
Lucan is probably distracted right now. He's looking around, using the height of the hut to see if there's anything four-legged and goat-like nearby.
Sure. Looking around the general vicinity, make a perception check.
Oh yeah, there it is.
Looking around,
No advantage!
you can see Yarb and Dorth and the horses in the edge, but as you look through the forest, it doesn't jump out at you. Looks dark but normal.
All right, Lucan will nod his head in satisfaction and then follow Sylvia.
So everyone's walking in now. Benor coming in too. And so the six of you walk in following this golden-eyed echo mimic almost cat that walks in. Entering the hut, you find that it's much, much larger inside than it would appear to be outside.
Artist?
Random objects float around you. Disembodied hands use knives to cut slivers of meat, while others sweep the floor with brooms. An old woman leans over the cauldron, holding an enormous pestle to grind, while staring into the dark waters. Several lanterns float around the room, illuminating the interior around you. Damn it! The woman kind of spits into the cauldron, slapping it, and she has these very long, dark nails that she kind of scratches across the top of it in disgust before she whips around and faces all of you. Her face twists with anger. Her iron teeth protrude under the scowl. She stands slightly hunched, but her eyes have a noticeable ferocity in them. She leers at all of you, similar to how a butcher stares at meat.
What brings you to the grandmother? Speak, before I grow angry and add your skulls to my fence post.
Adding weight to her comment, the door behind you slams shut by an invisible hand. Just poof.
Someone's got a temperament issue. Jeez.
Did you say that?
Did you actually just say
Did you
that
say
out
that?
loud?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So she looks up, she points a finger at Sylvia. And so we'll take a break.
Yeah.
Let's get a quick break in, refresh the drinks before Sylvia gets zapped by the hag.
We have to save her again.
God damn it.
I both love and hate Sylvia all at the same time. I'm sorry,
You're
guys.
gonna lose your membership card.
So we'll be right back, guys. Be right back, chat, like 2 minutes, and we'll see how Ghosty Ones handle the hag.
God damn it.
Oh, poor Sylvia. What's up, Chad? Everyone's coming back now. We'll get it going again soon.
I'm sorry that I just got us all killed.
You got you killed, man. I'll just leave. I'll run.
Have you guys ever dealt with a hag in D&D before?
Yes, I dealt with one once. But I feel like this is going to be worse.
It's one of my favorite monsters to play. It's because it's so nasty.
Hmm.
Bah, bah, bah. Okay. Oh, I thought she was there and she's gone. Oh, there she
Hope
is.
you Americans are safe from everything that's going on down there.
It's a bad situation, dude. Sucks.
Yeah, we're on curfew today.
It sucks.
I don't know. Hope you guys are safe though.
And we're back. So, where we left off, the ghosty ones had entered Baba Yutaga's hut, the hag's hut. She asked, "What brings you to grandmother?" with ferocity behind her eyes. Then Sylvia spoke, and she put her finger out at Sylvia. Sylvia, make a charisma saving throw. A 16 fails.
What?
Sylvia turns into a very small, delicate squirrel. Just poof.
Okay, I deserve that.
And Baba Yutaga kind of laughs. Squirrel meat. Who spoke to my skull and asked to meet grandmother? The cat walks up and like brushes her leg. And with its wide golden eyes, it looks over towards Ikanik. The Avis. And her
See me?
her gaze, Baba Yutaga's gaze, just snaps and looks over towards you.
Hey. I'm Ikanik. I would like to learn from you.
Learn from me.
Yep.
I do enjoy cutting deals. I'm sure we can come to an arrangement of some sort. See, I give, and then you give.
Okay. Well, I guess I have some stuff. But, I didn't. Yep.
She looks at you, she licks her lips. A very, that's like... And her left eye looks at Ikanik, but her right eye turns and looks at the squirrel Sylvia. You can see in her eyes, she's like just salivating at the squirrel.
I think, but my friend probably needs to be changed back because, she's really important. She doesn't breathe and she doesn't need to eat. So, that's nice.
You know what else doesn't breathe or need to eat? Dead things.
Oh, but she's not dead.
Well, she will be. Coming
She
to
doesn't
my
have
home.
to be.
Disrespect. Me?
She kind of does that. You get used to it.
You misunderstand. I don't care to. Get used to it. You're in my domain.
Are you making this part of the forest here? He's just going to take a couple steps forward.
I want to bring this heart into existence. I wish to use it similar to how you tether into the forest. I want to tether into this heart.
What is this heart?
everything and nothing. Comes from a being not of this world. It is free from restrictions. But I must know. One wants to learn. One wants to nibble on acorns. What does the rest of you wish?
Why does the Briar King want you dead?
Because he is a selfish asshole who wants this place for himself. I own this domain.
Do you or does the gardener?
The gardener is nothing but myths and legends. If you wish to truly see the answer, we can come to an arrangement.
Were you the lantern with the moths last night?
I don't have time for such games.
So that wasn't you.
I'm trying to bring a heart into existence. A heart to be much greater than the Western and the Central hearts. This heart will be mine, to myself. As she talks, she starts to spit everywhere.
What do you know about these other two hearts?
Let's say, and she uses, you see her wave her hand, and Sylvia starts to slowly rise up in his squirrel form. His front legs up in the air. And then in Sylvia's voice, she doesn't speak, but Sylvia does, in his voice, involuntarily. The central heart is controlled by the druids. The western heart is controlled by the Lei Shin. The western heart is as old as time itself. The central heart is of false gods. And then the hat kind of laughs. She snaps her fingers, and then Sylvia falls out of the air and returns to his normal self. Her normal self. Yeah. Just.
Do you know who I am?
I know you make a good squirrel.
Though I may not be too close to my grandfather, he would surely come here and decimate you.
I look forward to Harlock's visit.
So you do know who I am then?
I know who all of you are. I have seen. I have heard the answer. I have been spoken the truth.
Wait, what answer?
Have you come to find the answer?
What's the question?
If you have not heard the question, then you do not need to know the answer.
Can I just say ask?
You've eaten the tongue. I as well have partaked. And she looks over the cauldron and she kind of stirs it a bit.
What do you plan to do with this heart after you make it?
In the north, by Hag's Tooth Hills, is home of the Kikamor and their queen. I will drive them out and take Hag's Tooth back for myself. and not be forced to live in the meager means that you've seen before you.
And after you've reclaimed this area, what then?
She kind of like thinks a bit. One step at a time, I suppose.
Fair enough.
See,
You ever counted the butterflies?
See, the thing about counting butterflies is, once you know the true answer, you do not worry about such things.
Sounds like a no.
There's no reason to.
I think you do fear the gardener. Think you're worried that he's more powerful than you, and that's why you don't count the butterflies.
The gardener means something different to everyone. So what you think the gardener may be does not mean anything to me.
What does it mean to you then?
Emptiness.
Well, what can we do for you?
She thinks for a bit. Her long black fingernails stretch out and she clicks them together as she thinks.
Puts a hand behind her back. Just nonchalantly, she's not pulling out anything or anything.
Yeah.
She's just crossing her fingers behind her back.
Usually when someone comes and sees old grandmother Baba Yutaga, they want something in return and I provide it. They come because they have desperation in their eyes and no means to get what they need. I grant wishes.
Wish? Huh. Like actual wishes?
Caveats, of course. I do not freely give like a djinn. I must have something for myself. If you truly wish to help me, clear out the Kikamor and their queen. You know what a Kikamor is, right?
No.
So she begins to describe that the Hag's Tooth Hill is not the home of crones like many tend to believe. But there are crones. They just have far better things to worry about, being closer to more extravagant hearts. But she speaks of Kikamor warriors, which are these almost as big as ogre bug-like creatures with heavy, hardened carapaces, which resemble sort of the Ankeg you fought earlier in the game, but much more twisted and much more deformed. And then she describes the Kikamor queen, which lays the eggs of the Kikamor, and how it is a gargantuan beast which resides in the middle of the mountain.
Gargantuan?
I must call upon the Eastern Heart to have enough power to tether into to remove these insects from my domain.
Are these parts what corrupts the forest? Before we agree to anything.
What is your definition of corruption? Will they help us remove it evil beast born from the ass of the void itself? Yes.
Anything not from this plane naturally, I guess. Whatever destroys and corrupts the land and changes it from what it once was. Because if you know why we're here, then you already know why I'm here.
Then I am curious if you know what was once was. The world as you see it, until you understand the answer, is not what the world really is. Would you like me to force your eyes open?
I don't think so. I think I'll pass.
Open to what? That makes no sense.
The truth.
What kind of truth is that? What could be so fundamentally wrong that we don't know of?
I can only open the door. If your curiosity is enough to step in, then so be it.
What will happen to us if we say yes?
I will open the door and you will step through, and the answer will be revealed to you. And your life and your companions' lives will never be the same.
You will be able to come back, right?
Of course, you just step through the other door again. Come back to my cramped hut. She kind of gives a little disdain. She says that the golden-eyed cat kind of nestles up against her leg again.
Lucan,
I'm assuming she reeked of magic when I came in.
She's a very powerful magic user.
Lucan, that kind of looks like Echo.
I'm not the only one that made that comparison then.
Well, it has really big eyes. Like bigger than mine.
I wouldn't say echoes are that big. They're a little bit smaller than that. Not by much, though. I'll take you up on this offer. Just myself, though, unless someone else wishes to come with me.
You see this like half grin curl up on her left side.
I'll join you, Lucan.
Is this
Need
a
an edge.
different? Is this like a different plane or something?
That is the answer. That you will discover once you step through the door.
Hunter's Mark doesn't work on a different plane, does it?
I don't think so, no.
Damn.
Do you want a hunter's marker?
I was gonna Hunter's Mark Lucan.
That's smart.
I don't think it would work.
Well, I suppose if they're going, I should probably go too.
That is up to all of you. I won't make that decision for you, but if we're to have an advantage against Harlock and all the other enemies that we've been making, this might be it.
I don't want to go.
And you will stay blinded while your friends elevate.
I think it's a matter of perspective.
I do not look down upon one for wanting to stay in the dark. Safer in the dark. Know that I am not your enemy here. I invited you into my home. I only lashed out when you disrespected me. I have given information freely.
All right, well, let's get this done. And Lucan will take his backpack off.
So everyone's
Careful.
going but Ikanik?
I'm not going.
So Sylvia, Yuska, Lucan. Okay. She pulls out this very gnarled staff, and you can see cobwebs are hanging from the tip of it. She spins it, and she knocks it on the floor, and she takes it, she rips it up in the air, like she's almost like ripping up reality itself. You see this white light shine through, and then where the rip is, it kind of wafts like there's wind coming through it. And as you look through there, it looks exactly like her hut for the most part, but like it has ripped open the ethereal plane. Step inside.
Are we sure we should be doing this, guys, just before we walk in?
Lucan will step inside before you get to finish that sentence.
Yusuke will step in behind him as well.
And I'll go after
This
Yuska.
is like divinity.
Three of you step, and then you leave this cold, hardwood floored hag hut, and you step into nothing. You have no smell, no sense of touch, no taste. Even as the three of you look at each other as you step through this rip in reality, looking at each other, you are just almost like clouds, like spectral visions, forms of yourself. You step through the hut. To your south, going back south, is the hag's hut. And you can't see Eek, can't see Silas, you can't see the hag. You can just see the rip, and it wafts. Before you looks like a very broken down cathedral, like a church, a chapel. You can sort of make out pewters, you can make out the walls, you can see very large pillars, statuesque. The deeper that the cathedral goes, it looks like the floor breaks and rises in certain points. And there's like a wisp. Not quite cobwebs, but like just like the air is like almost like congealated and like congealed and moves around you. As you look at the far end, all the way down, it opens up into nothing, and you can see almost like cosmos, cosmic stars. There's an altar. You can't really make out what's on the altar, but you can see a couple things on it, and it looks like there's a bridge that extends out into black. The three of you stand there.
Well, after you two.
Yusuke will just start walking towards it.
Yeah, I'll be walking in pace with him.
Each
I'll walk.
footfall. Good. Sorry.
Sorry, I'll walk a few paces behind them.
Your footfalls don't make sound, and you don't feel the ground under you. As you walk together, you see what looks like wisps or like spirits float and fly by you at like very quick speeds, and they go into this hole, this cosmo hole, and just fade off into nothingness.
Where are we? This doesn't seem all that mind-bending to me. It's terrifying and beautiful, but not that bad.
Yusuke's just silent. He's walking straight for here.
So you get to the edge of this open cathedral. You see just darkness across from you. On the table, it looks like a skeleton of a humanoid creature, about almost 6 feet tall. There are stirrups that hold her legs, or his legs, in arms. And there is a dagger.
How? So it's a skeleton. Does it look like it's like bleached, like it's been here for some time?
It looks like it's been here for some time. Because of the way the plane acts, it kind of has like a grayish white to it, almost like it resembles like an etherealness to it. So it's hard to gauge like any really strong details, but it looks a little. You can see a little bit of cobwebs around it.
Yeah. Lucan will pick up the knife to get a better look at it.
Holding the knife, there's this loud, echoing, booming voice that sounds similar to the one that you heard from when you ate the tongues. One that sounded like Rezmir, one that sounded like Theriel. Grant them eyes, grant them eyes. Plant eyes on their brains to cleanse their beastly idiosities. How they writhe inside their heads. The feeling is rather rapturous.
That doesn't even make any sense. There's no eyes here at the table. Lucan will hold on to the knife and he'll follow Yusuke onto the platform.
Stepping onto the platform, looking into this dark abyss, this dark void. The swirls that congeal around this area start to swirl in front of you about 50 feet away. And they start to make this gigantic shroud of a creature. It takes the shape of a large, you can see like a mane, and you can see the torso of a lion start to form. You can see these large wings start to expand behind it, and you can see the shroud of what you assume would be Rezmir just kind of floating off into this darkness. When this happens, Lucan, you begin to glow a brighter yellowish, goldish color around Yusuke and Sylvia.
This is weird.
Mag has to die.
Who needs to die? Sorry?
The hag.
I agree. Let's go back and kill her.
I mean, I don't want to go on to another area. I'm tired of doing quests for others.
Well, I'm certain that is of concern at some point, but with the books and the other place, I've heard stories. But what brings us here together, these vacuous ones.
The shadow of whatever Rezmir's form has appeared in front of you is starting to glide up towards the bridge.
Okay. I'm gonna walk closer to the edge of the bridge.
I'm gonna grab Lucan on the shoulder as soon as he takes a step forward.
Can I ask a question?
Hmm?
What the form that is of a lion of Rezmir-esque? Is it just like a whimsical, ghosty,
It's like a
ethereal thing?
it's like a wisp.
Super,
and
like not
smoke.
formed, but formed.
Yeah, exactly. It's like
Okay.
smoke
Okay,
and
okay.
wisp and cloud.
Okay.
So Yusuke reaches out to grab you. You can let him make a grapple, or you can try to break it, or however you
I'm
want.
gonna try and break it. Yeah,
Make
I
athletics
too
checks.
try to grab him.
I'll try to break both, I suppose.
So Yusuke and Sylvia, you guys are making athletics, and Lucan, you can make athletics or acrobatics. Ooh, that's a
Expected
tough one.
Lucan to do this.
Yusuke has a firm grip on Lucan as he tries to step forward, and he holds him in place from moving. You still have all your hints.
Rezmir.
He just prevents you from moving.
Let go of me. This is not what you think it is.
It is. This is not your Rezmir. We need to leave.
You see it too, then?
I don't know what's going on here.
Do I see the figure as well?
Yeah, all three of you see the smoke-filled winged lion floating towards them.
I don't know what's going on here, but we should leave.
What lets both of you decide what is the Tranquil Halls and not? You've never been there. The stories might not be accurate. This could be the entrance point.
Lucan, this will only bring you oblivion.
You don't know that. This isn't the first time you could have been wrong. We've ran into a lot lately.
I'll step forward and I'm gonna throw a copper piece off the edge.
Just falls and falls and falls out of your eyesight. The wisp is still moving forward.
Sylvia,
I'm at your side. All along. Your mentor. Your guiding light.
There's nothing down there, Lucan. We should leave.
you don't hear him speaking? He's talking to me, not to you.
All three of you make wisdom saving throws.
Oh no!
Oh, god damn it.
What are you good at wisdom?
So
What about
Sylvia,
in intelligence?
Sylvia, you hold your ground. Yuska and Lucan. Your mind begins to shatter a bit, but Sylvia, even though you see the same stuff, it doesn't affect you as strongly. The ethereal plane around you is destroyed and just falls to pieces. And in front of you and around you, the world is made clear. You are in a broken cathedral. Tentacles rise from the grounds around you. Spikes hang. The tentacles wither and shake. Behind you is the body of a woman, a Sanguis woman. Her stomach has been cut open by the blade. Sylvia, you see someone who you have not seen in a very long time. It is Silas's sister, dead on the table. In front of you, this huge opening gap is in the middle of, there's a wall of just cosmic nothingness. Tentacles wither and emerge, forming this hole into nothing. And what
You can use your advantage.
was once Rezmir turns into this giant mutated creature of fleshy tentacles, teeth, claws, and limbs that flap with ripped wings. With each flap, purplish black liquid falls from its wings and from its mandibles. It takes everything for all of you not to gag and retch in disgust. Your eyes scream and your knees shake. It floats towards you and just flaps in front of you. And as it flaps in front of you, it says again, I am at your side. All along, your true mentor. I am your guiding light.
And I'm the only one that sees it like this?
All of you see it like this. You're the only one that was able to hold his composure, as the other two kind of fell to the ground at the sight of, basically the ethereal plane around you was ripped apart and made into this strange cosmic tentacle-like mass, and this disgusting, enormous 200-foot wide creature comes flying towards you, looking like an ancient dragon, but is just full of tentacles and limbs. And it speaks in the same voice that all of you heard in your tongue vision.
That can't be right. No.
We need to leave now.
We need to go.
You take a step.
As I say that, I'll start to go.
You take a step. Your feet are like falling into quicksand, and you step slowly. You're moving at about 5 feet every 30.
Grant them eyes. Grant them eyes. Plant the eyes on their brains to cleanse their beastly idiocy. Otherworldly rituals crave the newborns. Find one. Silence its harrowing cry. Then a true architect may pass through the shroud, and you will be bathed in light. Similar to as the light burned around you in your church, Lucan. I walk in your light.
No, that can't be right. That was an accident. That makes no sense. You want me to kill an infant? What does that gain? Anything.
Now, we gotta go!
Through the otherworldly rituals, by a newborn crave, she will emerge to this world. There is no light. There is no dark. There is only us. You have fed us, all of you, for many months. We are here. Your purpose is almost at end. He walks among you, the chosen. Find him. Use him to find his blood. She will birth the vessel. And then true light will come to all of you. A new world. The truth. There is no void. There is no mortal plane. They are one. You just need to peel back the curtains to see us.
He just flaps. Around you, you can see the tentacles moving across the walls, slowly up and down.
Are you saying that Rezmir and the other gods are like you? That makes no sense. The planes are separate. That much is defined, is it not?
The planes were created by the architect. We created the architect. And he wishes to keep us out? No. True power lies with us, child of the light.
So you guys can keep moving. You're just like, you're 5 feet every 30 as you slowly step.
Lucan's gonna like start to back up while staring like dead at it.
Have we not healed you in combat? Have we not given you strength to vanquish your foes?
That was our gods, not you. That
I am a god. I am the god.
It lands. And as it lands, the bridge, and it just towers and looks down upon you.
we need to go.
No, that's what we've been telling you.
Behind you now, as you turn, you can see dozens of these strange tentacle-like undeadish creatures. The Descenders are just staring. Tentacles burst from their heads, from their arms, from their legs, and they just kind of watch. And it's almost like they're smiling, like they're happy to be in the presence of the three of you. They don't stop your movement. They just kind of smile and just languish there, watching. Go.
This child you speak of, where is it?
The child is not birthed yet. You must cut it from the womb. Follow the champion chosen brought back for this one purpose. He will guide you to her. She resides with the dark stags who believe in Therial, unknowing that the answer is there is no Therial, there is only us. Usher in our coming. You'll be rewarded.
Alright, yeah, that Lucan will turn around and try to get out of here.
As you turn a step, as Lucan has turned a step, suddenly Yuska and Sylvia, you guys find your footsteps are not held and you can walk freely. And these strange tentacle creatures behind you are like almost giving you guys like salutes. They're at attention. Their long bodies don't have feet. They just go into these long tentacle forms. And you almost get you get the feeling that they're like happy, like impressed to see three of you. As you walk through this destroyed cathedral with this giant dragon-like tentacled beast that emerged from the void behind you. You step through the same flapping reality rip from Baba Yutaga. And the three of you step.
Hold on. But just before we go through, I'm going to say, if we're going to kill the hag, we should do it right now. And I'll pull out my sword.
Not too much of a competition here. I'm on your side.
Yeah, I don't know what we just witnessed. Yeah.
And then saying that, as soon as I jump through, I'm going to, like, just go right for her and attack her.
As soon as we step through, I'm moonbeaming her.
Okay. So the three of you
Attack the messenger, why don't you?
The three of you step through, and for Silas and Ikanik, they have stepped in and out in like 2 seconds. They went in and out.
Oh,
So it's really
okay.
weird. They pop in, as soon as they pop out, you see them all just dive at the hag in fury. The moonbeam hits over Baba Yutaga. And then Sylvia drives his weapon into her stomach. The weapon goes in. No blood comes out. She doesn't move in pain. It's almost like she feels nothing. The moonbeam hits over her head. Her skin doesn't change color. There's no burn marks. She doesn't even smirk or smile. She just kind of looks. You didn't like the answer. I didn't know if you would or not, but you know the truth. You cannot attack a hag in their home.
What I do know is this is another one of those brim-eye tricks.
She motions her hand like this, and you see these disembodied fingers wrap around some mugs, and they float towards the five of you. And you can see steam kind of coming off of the mug that was once sitting on the cupboard. Tea, drink. Just because I know the answer does not mean I want it.
What did you guys see?
I'll look to Lucan and Yuska to see if they're letting down their guard.
Oh no, Yuska is fucking pissed right now. He is wide-eyed.
She holds out her staff and she closes the reality rift. Just whoosh. It closes behind you.
I'll keep attacking her then.
Okay, you just keep swinging at her. She doesn't even try to do anything about it. It just she takes no damage from attacks in her hut, and she just kind of shrugs it off.
Yeah, Sylvia, I don't think that's wise. Maybe notes.
Your friend has just seen something very disturbing.
Only a few seconds.
Tell them what you saw. Tell them what you heard. Tell them why it is important to have this heart bloom.
Out of character, would I know that was Ma? Like, or the Because me as a player, I think it's Ma.
Make a religion check.
No, out of character. I don't think that's Ma. That's at least just one of the viscous ones or whatever they're called.
But it could be Ma, like, controlling them.
Yeah.
No, she's one of them.
Yeah,
I don't think she's solid.
make a religion check, and depending on what you roll, I'll give you what you get.
He was just pretty certain it's a vacuous one.
Maybe we could destroy the hut. PT dubs.
So you know, when Almadune first created the world, the architect, the creator, he made Erenel, and he made the sun and the stars to push these vacuous ones, these old ones, these void gods away. And there are many, many different types of vacuous ones and old gods. The most famous one is Ma. But Ma deals more in stealing other people's prayers and doesn't like to let herself be known. But this vacuous one talked about granting eyes and planting eyes on their brains to cleanse them of beastly idiocies. Idosity. Damn it, I can't speak. Yeah. Which is different than Ma. But in the text that you've read with the 13, those creatures that you were passing by that were giving you the, like they were amazed to see you, those strange descenders, you are known to be around Ma. So it's kind of confusing.
That's why I think it's Ma, because of those guys.
Whatever it is that we saw, that was not the same thing you saw. That they talked not of the heart.
Is there any? Sorry.
Baba Yutaga looks confused when you say that. Then what did they tell you? Did they give you a different answer?
They didn't give us an answer at all, just an ultimatum, and that makes me think that you're lying to us.
You see,
Sorry,
go ahead. Well, you see the ferocity in your eyes fade away. It's more confusion now.
As I'm still, like, swinging away at her, I'm gonna tell Silas that his sister was in there. Dead.
What do you mean?
There was an altar, and she was laying on the altar dead, with her stomach cut open.
Turn toward the hag and like, is this what you saw as well?
I saw the woman on the altar. She's your sister. And, I didn't have as much time as I had hoped to bring this heart into being. She turns to her pot and she starts to throw stuff into the cauldron. Starts to stir.
At that, I'd attack her then.
Okay. So she's stirring and you're just beating into her back and she just keeps stirring.
Can I like pull her away from the pot with the...
Yeah, so then you grab her and you pull. She's like made of stone. Inside her hut, she's like this just impenetrable being.
Yes, I don't think this is a good idea. Maybe we should just leave.
Sorry, no, continue.
That was it. Maybe we should just leave.
I second that. I need some fresh air.
Would we know as characters that she can't... Well, obviously we could see she's not taking damage or anything, but would we know as characters that she can't be damaged in her hut?
Yeah, it's pretty.
Seems like she can't be damaged in her hut.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to figure it out after you hit her a couple times.
I'm gonna take some fire from her, like a torch from her, sorry, I'm gonna light a torch in her, in her fire, and try and burn the hut down.
Okay. So you light the torch and you pull it out. And you throw them to the wall. It doesn't catch. Just to give you guys kind of like a view of her hut. Let's see if it works. This is the inside of her hut.
Oh. Oh my.
That's a large hut.
Yeah. So she has doors upon doors upon doors upon things. Inside this
But
little
we only see
small
one
hut.
thing.
But you guys are only into one room. Because
We don't see any doors?
Yeah, because she wishes you only to see one room. She's a very all-powerful hag. Crone.
Guess we can't kill her.
So it's not like meeting a green hag. This is like a much more powerful version of a hag.
Wait, curiously, which one are we in?
The first one. The curio room down here.
Oh.
And then when you opened the door, you guys went into this like hallway here. But it stretched into the ethereal and then morphed into what you saw.
So you wanted us to attack these bug creatures?
It would be appreciative if you would clear out the Kikamore. Although now I wonder if you're going to want to deal with this, or you're going to go straight for the other hearts and try to find your friend's... What was it? Relative? If she's even there, if you believe what you saw, if you believe the truth is true.
Group is kind of single-minded, so we'll probably do one thing at a time.
How about we go to those mountains? Or hills, or whatever they were.
Don't worry, small Ikanik. Seeing the answer for the first time is mind-breaking.
Okay.
I don't trust this hag for a second. I don't think we should do anything she wants us to do.
We follow bad people all the time, though. We told the king we would help him. He's not a good guy.
Then what do you suggest we do? We're here because this heart needs to be dealt with.
Right. And we can't obviously attack Miss Grandma in her home. So I think we just follow what she wants to do, and then we do it. Yeah. Yep, probably.
Okay, destroy the heart.
What?
Well, if we wanted to leave the hut, let's go destroy the heart. Force her to leave the hut.
Are you saying this out loud?
Yes.
Oh, God.
I don't want any part of this, and I'm gonna try to leave the hut through the door we came in.
Okay. You walk out into the same iron fence with the skulls that all are turned and looking at you.
Yusuke will do the same, not even saying anything.
Okay.
I'll follow them out.
Alright. Silas and Ikanik, you want to leave too?
Ikanik's gonna stay a little bit.
Sure.
So as I leave, once I can't really do anything.
Okay. So before you start to walk out, as you walk out, you can see the horses and your Etten companion. But Nor follows behind. Ikanik stays in the hag's hut with the hag.
Well, I think they're gonna come around because we always kind of take care of the biggest problem first, and you described the bugs kind of big, so Do you have any more information?
You should ask your friends what they saw.
That doesn't sound like bugs to me.
Not glimpses of what they saw. What they saw. And then make the decision for yourself. Just who you travel with.
Okay. But what about the Kikimor?
If you clear them out for me, I will be very grateful.
So, like, have you seen one before? Are they, do they live underground? Are they afraid of water?
They do live underground. They burrow below the surface. Their bites drip with venom. Immobilizing venom. Well, there was one, there was many.
Okay. Have you ever fought one before?
Yeah, when they get close, they breed quickly. The queen lays many eggs.
And, since you know where they live, I could assume that you know where to best, maybe sneak up on them.
There are many tunnels that lead into the ground, below them into the mountains. These are bugs. They do not have barracks and mess halls. They have just singular tunnels, all to protect the queen, all to breed.
Okay, well, I don't suppose you have anything you want to help your, warriors help with the destroying of these nasty venom bugs.
You're not warriors, you're friends helping Grandma.
We could be warriors helping the grandma.
If you want to make a deal of powerful things, then perhaps we can come to an agreement, just you and I.
I have you know, I am the lord of the kitchen. And I could be the lord of the kitchen, a friend and a warrior at the same time.
You're a lord of the kitchen. Don't you want to be a lord of your own estate? I can give you this.
It's a bit big for me. As you can tell, I am small in stature.
Well, then we'll have a smaller estate in stature.
That is not going to do, because I have many friends.
Perhaps there's something you wish to have that I can offer you?
Well, yes, actually, there is. I don't know if you have it, so it's okay.
She leans forward. No, do tell.
Well, so, my friend Yuska, he's really trying to be like, friend of the forest, and he's really strong, but he's not strong enough, I think, and he wants to be stronger. And I don't know how to make him stronger, but if you have maybe like a great weapon or something.
I know of a great weapon. Do you want to make a deal to acquire such a thing?
Well, I thought that would be maybe killing the bugs. The bad bugs.
If you want such a great weapon, a great task must be done.
I would like you to recall that you said the queen was gargantuan, and I am but 3 feet tall.
It is not how you stand on the outside, it's what you have in here. And she pokes you in the chest with her staff.
So you acknowledge I am a warrior and a friend.
She holds her hand up. She makes this long staff appear, and there's like a moon shape. The Spire of Twilight. Great artifact weapon. Found in these very forests. She kind of shows it. It is here, if he wishes it.
Looks very spiffy.
You must only agree to my terms.
Terms? I thought we were going to kill the bugs, and then you say we can't kill the bugs. I don't understand.
Oh, this is much, much more than just killing bugs.
It's a big bug. It's actually a lot more big bugs, as you said. There's big bugs and eggs.
This weapon coalesced from the remnants of Amadun himself.
Ah. Well. What do you want? I have 3 hound's tooth and 2 bat wings.
I don't want material
Actually, 7.
possessions.
That's kind of all I have.
I want the one that tried to chastise me when you walked in. She walked in. I want the heart that beats in her chest.
Well, she doesn't breathe. But she actually just replaced it, so I don't think she can give it up.
Seems like a fair deal.
My heart, I don't know if it's fair or not.
Those are my terms.
Can we do like an IOU? I did that in Novavasi. It worked out pretty well.
I'm afraid you're not at Novavasi.
Could what? Well, okay, hold on. Can I come back after I talk to my friends outside who are also warriors?
There. His heart will be mine, and the artifact will be yours.
Okay, yeah, no, well, I'll be back. And should I just talk to the skull again? Or is the door gonna be there?
Announce your presence at my fence.
I can, like the outside or the inside?
The outside.
Okay, yeah, okay. Now I'll do that. I'll be back. Thank you, Grandma.
As you walk out, you can see everyone's at the tree line where your Etten and the horses are kind of just chatting.
Sorry, guys.
You guys see her walk out of the hut.
Hey, guys. How's it going? What did you see?
Like I said before, just more lies from the Brimai Forest. Not that that's much different than the tongue, I suppose.
Okay.
Someone's playing Animal Crossing in the background.
Yeah.
Always.
So she said that I should ask you guys about what you saw and not the glimpse that you saw. I don't really get it, but I mean, I kind of get it, but I feel like you told me a lot of stuff, so I'm gonna skip past that part. She said, so, you know, we're gonna go face these venomous bugs. She said they live underground. There's lots of eggs and lots of tunnels all lead to the queen, and the queen's huge. So, Sylvia, you're gonna have to give up your heart so Yuska can have a nice staff. That's what she said.
I feel like a lot of information was not shared with us here. So what you're asking us to do is to sacrifice Sylvia for a stick.
I mean, Sylvia, you don't even breathe and you don't eat. You don't have blood. Like, do you need a heart? Who
I
knows?
still need my heart.
I mean, we've never tried it, have we?
I mean, I'd rather not try.
How about instead we deal with the witch? Since it does seem like whatever it is, she's tied in with this Brimai corruption.
She has a staff made from Almadoon. That's probably not correct, but that's what I remember. And that's pretty important. It looked like a moon. Yuska.
There's no way that she could take this heart out of me anyways.
Well, maybe
And
she would just like fight with the thing that made the deal, you know?
there are certain conditions on removing this heart, and I'm not sure she can do that.
Do you think she'd give you a new heart?
Well, she took this one. I sure as hell hope so.
Okay.
I have 2 out of character questions.
Okay.
The first one is that so I can't remember the name of the place, but is that another dungeon crawl?
Yeah.
Okay,
Hag's Tooth Hill?
If you go to Hag's Tooth Hill, yeah, it's Dungeon Crawl.
My second question:
Gets a bunch of bugs.
if the hag, for whatever reason, does have a way to remove my heart, will I lose Lenore as well?
You'll die.
I'll die.
But a wish spell maybe can bring you back.
Well, yeah. But
No, yeah, just a 9th level spell. It's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, alright, yeah.
We're gonna kill this bitch anyway. We just have to
a
figure out
wish
how to
spell brings me back. Will I still have Benor? Is what I'm asking.
Yeah, the heart's gone. He's gone too.
Okay.
But if we take over another establishment, you'll gain another follower, maybe if you roll the dice well. Ching.
I was just curious. Okay, those are my questions. I'm good.
Talk amongst yourself.
We can- I'm certain we can still get the staff. We just have to fight her.
Yeah.
But we have to figure out how to do that.
Yes. That's why I said we should destroy the heart, or attempt to destroy the heart.
Well,
We don't even know
my
where the heart
vote
is.
we deal with this witch. I don't know about everyone else, but I'm getting tired of Sylvia's long scheduled lists of surgeries. It seems a little bit excessive when we have bigger problems at hand.
Anyone else got ideas then? If we're not going to take out the heart?
Why don't we just burn her house from the outside?
We could try that. I mean, it didn't work from the inside, so.
Or we could try and find the heart and draw her out, like you said earlier. The sooner we get out of this forest, the better. Whatever it was that she showed us, I don't trust it.
I don't know what to trust anymore. Aside from you guys, of course.
One thing I can assure you is a surgery from a man made out of brambles and another surgery from a witch. Those I would not trust. And whatever it was, that thing that we saw.
Well, we need to prepare for venom. For sure.
We don't even know if we're going there yet.
I mean, there's still bad things, you know.
But how bad is it if it's a bad thing wanting us to kill a bad thing? Killing that might be the wrong thing.
Well, I think the king is a bad thing. And he's wanting us to kill this bad thing, who's wanting us to kill the other bad thing, and if we go back from there, there's a whole thing with, like, Sylvia's grandfather, and then we don't even know what happened to, like, Zilri.
Well, what I do know is I don't even want to do what that catchweed wants to begin with.
What? He wants us to kill the hag, and we're going to kill the hag.
Yes, and what happens after that? The hag
I
is
thought
killed,
we kill
catchweed
him.
gets more strong. We deal with that in
Then we
turn.
go over and kill catchweed.
What if we just claim the whole area like we did Nova Vasi?
Exactly. See, we'll just rule Nefistrad.
I think the forest that has its roots in as much evil as it does is not salvageable.
It's not true. We proved that after we freed some of the blight that Zilri had caused. It started to regrow and we saw Theriu. Well,
I have a strong suspicion that Zilri's corruption is nothing like this. One is a corruption from just alchemy, and one is a corruption of soul.
maybe we can always ask him.
Ask who?
Theriu, of course.
I thought we've already discussed it and decided that he's not here.
He could be if we maybe talk to him.
There
I don't
is
know.
a way gate. But we would need to talk to the owl again.
The owl? Why?
He guards
It's-
the way gate to the trance.
Are you could go into the trance?
Did you not listen to that conversation yesterday at all?
I didn't think it was a possibility.
Not an easy one, but that might be
It's-
the best option.
Actually, fairly trivial if you know how to do it. I've been there several times myself.
I've been so
What-
jealous of it.
What gifts would this owl want in return?
To allow all of us.
We don't all need to go.
Eh,
Just one, if that makes the cost less.
I want to go this time. I've never
One and a
gone
half
with
is
you,
all that
Scott.
needs to go. If that makes the cost less.
First, we need to destroy this heart.
First.
We can't leave here until it's destroyed. Whatever is trying to get out must not be allowed to leave.
I agree with you, Scoot.
Just a out of game question. Does the whole thing that you guys saw in the other dimension, does it make sense about how they get out?
Yes.
It sacrificed somebody
Newborn
relating
baby.
to Silas.
The unborn baby.
You have to kill-
related
There's a
to
particular
Silas.
baby that we kill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or sacrifice, not kill.
Feed
Yeah,
it,
that's part of
please.
Silas'
Feed it.
bloodline, right?
No, born. We don't. What?
No, it's unborn.
Oh, is it supposed to be unborn?
Yeah, it's unborn. It's
Oh.
a fetus. It doesnn't receive governmental aid.
I think there's a lot inside the Brimeye that doesn't get governmental aid.
I just want to make sure that
Or in
that
the
made sense.
slums.
No, but they had to be related to Silas in some way. That was the other big point there, right?
Yeah, that's what I picked up on.
Yeah, because he was the chosen
Silas
one.
knows the unborn baby.
He
What do
came.
you mean?
He came back to life because he was the chosen one.
Yes. Yes, I definitely picked that up. That was good.
Which means that if
like
you
that.
guys don't follow this path, what does that mean for Silas?
We have to come back to it either way.
I just want to make sure that that made sense.
But my thinking is out of character that the trance is it's another plane, and therefore there's different characters in play. So we might be able to learn a trick or two in a different plane that might be able to help us deal with these guys in this plane if we tell them like, hey, look, your plane's in danger because of X, Y, and Z. They'd be like, oh yeah, sure, here's this, but give us your left foot, you know.
No. When you came through, it disappears.
Okay.
Actually, wait. No, you would, because it changed, you would have it. Yeah. So you have the knife.
Because it changed?
Yeah, because you were in the ethereal plane, but then it fell away, and then you're in like an
okay.
actual place.
Okay.
So yeah, you have the knife.
What?
You have this very jagged cultist, like just this huge knife, Crocodile Dundee style.
Oh, which means I bet you Catchweed is also going to do something with his aunt, Silas's aunt.
You poor Silas.
If we've learned anything,
Kill my
that bad
family.
people are like fighting bad people all the time, and we literally just have to choose which one we want to help to win.
We
What if
knew
we don't
this
do
when we picked the campaign.
This never works, Spence.
What if we just don't choose any of them? Let's not choose what the DM expects and go off into the trance.
Do whatever you want. You can also just
Because
leave.
The DM only expects us to kill everyone because Sylvia is still a part of this party.
Yes,
That's why the head
but we
can't be
could
killed.
prolong it.
That's why he gave us a hag that we can't kill yet.
I say go to the trance first. If so long as the corruption cannot go across planes quickly, I think it's worth the risk to go and then have the corruption spread a little bit, because that actually provides the real fear for them. Like, look, this isn't happening in another world. This is happening in your world, and they will be maybe more likely to help us.
It's good seeing them now too, so it's a little more viable.
Lemon is also heavily biased.
So keep in mind, when you go to the trance is a plane, like a very large plane, with its own cities, politicians, areas, and the trance. Make a history check on your anyone who wants to, that wants to know more about the trance, if they think their character might be able to give you some insight.
I feel like I would have learned about it a little bit in my heritage. So.
Okay.
I mean, I've been there.
I would have very basic knowledge from the church, I would imagine.
Okay. So the trance is made up of 3 places. There's a north, a center, and a southern. The north is the summer trance, which is beautiful flowers, lakes, sapphire, sparkles. The middle is the wild, which is the tricksters, majestic castles, sunken mires, chaotic stuff, satyrs, that kind of thing. And then the south is the winter's dream, which is the harsh, ice-cold temperatures, evil stuff. The trance is also not bound by specific rules that the mortal planes are. And by that means they can't break oaths, they can't speak false words. They have to use deceit in other ways, and they do, but they can't say false things to you, and they're not allowed to harm outsiders in the mortal plane. So if you call one to the mortal plane, they can't hurt you, but if you're in the trance, then you're fair game. And then if you go to the trance, depending on which area you want to go to, it has different things, and there's different ecosystems. So like if you go to the winter, it's a lot of the bad stuff. If you go to the wild, it's chaotic. If you go to the northern, you're drinking tea with badgers and stuff. Kind of how it goes. And you have like
it's
these.
Like Narnia.
Exactly. Exactly. Yep. IPA. That is 100% correct. That's so true, dude.
They're lawyers. All of them. What if we summon one to us? What if we have Pozian's help?
Yeah.
And we try with all of our powers or whatnot, or decisiveness, and we try to get a powerful one, and we explain the situation to get him to help us, and therefore we guarantee he can't hurt us. Eek doesn't know this.
I mean, I'm all for you guys going to trance. It'd be a whole different world. You'd be out of this gloomy stuff, and you'd be in like a full,
I want to go to the trance so bad. I love the trance.
Full elvish society almost.
Does time happen differently there?
Does, so you can emerge from the trance back into the mortal plane a minute from when you left? An hour? 30 years?
We're gonna need help with that.
Yeah, do we have any control on that? So we don't miss time?
You can ask Pozian.
As long as you have a powerful creature that can send you back.
Like a satyr?
But if you were to go back yourself, it's random.
Or a hag. We could lie to her.
She's totally not going to send us there.
We don't even know. Roll a high persuasion check. You never know what's going to happen. Eek has gotten a pretty good repertoire with her. Let me just say, with a -1 persuasion.
It's an option.
She's very powerful.
I'm not railroading you guys to nothing. There's places everywhere. Then you guys go where you want. Tackle what you want to do.
What do you think, Sylvia? Silas? Sylvia? You guys have been a little bit quiet.
I think we should go kill the heart to lure the hag, to kill the hag, to kill hag catch.
I think we should kill the hag. Yeah. The hag and the catchweed need to die.
And turn Sylvia back into a Sangus.
Okay, we both know that's not actually going to happen, though, right? But like the dude gonna turn you back into a Sanguis is like more action than you.
But like,
He's too far gone to do it himself.
yeah, exactly. See,
You could walk up
Also-
there and be like, "Hey, hag, can you turn me into a Sanguis again?"
Yeah, she's super powerful. She literally can do anything.
I think the only one that can help with that would be the Scarlet Walker.
yeah, probably. I'm still gonna try though.
What do you think, Silas?
Well, based on everything that I know, I just want to kill everything.
So happy that's how it's on the same side as me.
So where is the heart?
You know you're close
Do we
to
even know where it is? We don't. So we don't know where it is, and we want to kill that first, but we don't know where it is.
I think we can make an educated guess that it's with that ant colony thing, because that's where the hag used to live, and she was
More.
forced out. And if she wants to be there to nurture the heart and become one with it, that's probably where it is.
But
Makes
she
sense.
said she needed the heart in order to kill them.
Did she say that? I don't remember that.
Pretty
No.
sure.
Mhm.
The way I took it is she was forced out of her territory because of them. So I think it's still there.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
but she said the only thing that would make her strong enough to kill them is the heart.
Yeah.
Maybe
But
it's
we're
because of
strong
that
enough as
warfare
5 people to kill them?
with cunning. She wouldn't give Eek anything, so I would assume she would expect us to be strong enough.
Which means I think she would be too. Unless she means like permanently remove and not just like kill the ones there currently.
Yeah, I don't think.
Well, maybe
the
it's
heart's
like
there.
wait
I think it's
extra.
somewhere else.
I mean, we could always check it out, maybe. Or
could-
do you guys?
We could clear out the dungeon and then use a message to tell her that we've done it, so she'll meet us there and then we kill her.
Can ambush her. For sure.
She's-
That would probably be the easiest way to draw her out.
But the only one who could do message right now is Yuska, unless we level up. And she doesn't trust Yuska because Yuska tried to hurt her.
Yuska can hand a attunement over to somebody else for a day if need be.
Oh, right, it's from a wand.
I could imagine that once we do the dungeon crawl, we probably level up.
Yeah.
I mean, we might not, but it's been a while since we've leveled up, so I'd like to think that if we did a dungeon crawl, we would level up.
It's so hard just to sit here and not say anything.
Okay. So the plans proposed is go to the trance or do the dungeon crawl to kill the heart directly without support from the trance.
Assuming it's there. I think
Assuming it's
myself, I vote against the trance. I don't want
Okay.
us getting caught up in trance political bull.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I don't want to go trans either. Not yet.
What
anyways.
is Yuska's thoughts?
Yuska wants to kill the heart.
Okay. Then we, no matter what Sylvia votes, we gotta go to the dungeon crawl then.
Yeah, either that
Heart
or we go to the
or
other heart that's already like established.
Hey,
Assuming people don't want the dungeon crawl.
does Lucan have minor or major illusion?
I have minor illusion. So I can make a 5-foot illusion that doesn't move or talk at the same time.
Why does the hag have cold around her hut consistently? Is it to permanently ensure that there will be no fire set? Because if there is, then if we did a minor illusion or a major illusion of a fire, they wouldn't make sense to her. So I was thinking, set fire to her hut to be an illusion, have her come out, have Yarbendorf tackle her.
I think that she would need to actually leave the fence in order to
That's
be hurt.
one thing. Right.
So I think even with the house on fire, she wouldn't leave the fence. Also, I'm probably completely wrong, but I took it as that aura change as being like almost like a mini like pocket dimension style,
Okay.
separate from the material plane.
Absolutely agree. I think we should go to the dungeon crawl, but if we spend one night slightly close to the hag's place, I almost want to have you cast light on a few objects near the hut to try to get the chort. To see what she does, because that's obviously a powerful, dangerous creature. And if she can deal with it in one blow, then we know what we're expecting from her.
Yeah, we're expecting death.
I mean,
Yeah, we
we're
could do that.
expecting death.
And then the next day we'll, go with more knowledge to the Hag's Tooth.
But at the same time, though, would the chort really be a threat to her if she's in her house?
It's not going to be a threat to us then.
Well, I mean, we wouldn't be in the house, so it
Good
could
point.
be a threat to us.
We didn't attack any of her furniture. We just
No.
Her.
I mean, the chort could be a threat to us, but not to her because she's in her house. So
We want to be close enough, though. It would just be attracted to her hut because of all the light cantrips that are around it because of the coins you tossed. And so if it starts destroying her home in some way, she'd be like, "What the fuck?"
I don't think it would be able to hurt the home, though.
I don't know.
If we can't, I don't think the chort is any.
We can't light it on fire, but that's probably because it's ice cold.
I also can only cast one light.
You can't cast 3?
No, it's a one time. It's not like a stacking cantrip.
Well, Eek and Sylvia can do some fire torches and arrows. So
Yeah, that's true. Good.
I mean, I'm not against trying it. There's no harm in trying it.
I'm good.
I mean, arguably, if we can just even bring it close enough, I think the skeleton's eyes might be enough light to
Yeah,
draw it in.
that'd be nice.
Assuming any of that even can happen.
It's interesting.
Okay, well, I'm good then.
So is everyone okay with potentially fighting the chort if things go inevitably south?
Yeah, sounds
Okay.
fun. Well, that's just me.
Yuska is very focused right now, so he's oblivious to whatever you guys are planning.
Okay, then I guess we're gonna set up camp around 100-ish feet away.
Okay.
And then the plan is to attract the chort via light at night.
Interesting.
Sure. I'm expecting one of us to die from this, but yeah. Let's do it.
I mean,
Yeah.
All right.
I'd like to think a short can't kill one of us.
Do you guys want to try this now, or do you want to wait till next week? Because it's 10 o'clock. Up to you.
I'd say next week.
Yeah, next week.
I'm good with, next week, just because we might even think of maybe something else.
Different ideas? Okay.
Yeah.
So you guys met the hag, saw the chort, stepped into a strange plane, came face to face with an avatar of the void, and have devised a way to use the chort to get close to the hag and see what happens and maybe lure the hag out. And then if all else fails, you want to go north to the Hag's Tooth and fight the crazy insectoids, the Kikimora, and go dungeon crawl.
Yeah.
All right. That was an interesting game tonight, guys. I was waiting to see how you guys would react to the hag and to if she would let you go into the void, and then what you would do when she saw the void.
I mean, the only reason Lucan went in there is because he was told to look for a key, and he assumed that might be the key. So, not sure if it was or not still, but
Interesting. Well, thanks for watching, everybody. We're back at it with Rise of Harlock episode 22 on Monday, but you want to be here Thursday, 8 o'clock Eastern for State of Erenel, June edition. We'll be talking about how to play in the great games, so you can sign up and fight in a D&D Battle Royale against everyone that plays in this game and some other players in the Discord. And the new stuff. And if you haven't voted yet, and you're a Gamingbrew patron, you want to vote now. I think Eldritch Horrors is in the lead, which is kind of goes with this game tonight, so that's pretty cool.
You need to vote fame and fortune.
no, we need to know more.
I voted for that.
No, we need to know more about this new gross thing.
Thanks for watching, everybody, and we'll see you next time. Have a good night.
Bye. Fun stuff. I'm really happy Sylvia didn't start a fight.
It wouldn't have mattered. We couldn't kill her anyways.
That means it matters even more if you started a
It
fight.
could have killed you instantly.
Kill all of us.
Just you.
It's okay. I'm being a Metalmancer when I die. I'm
Nice.
a Metalmancer.
He didn't start a fight
Metalmancer's
because he
like
could.
awesome.
Burrito Source is playing a Metalmancer Buscopia in the new Saturday game.
Ooh. Yeah, I'm leaning towards Alchemist or a Cleric if things go south.
I already have a backstory in the works too.
Wow, that's pretty impressive.
Let's not plan to die though.